find it on my phone, but I can't ever.
Oh, I'll tell you what it is in a little bit, okay? All right, guys, first of all, let's take a look up here. We are working on area of a shape, specifically right now an area of a rectangle. And we're going to pretend that it's 5 feet by 6 feet. Now, the reason I have this array drawn over here is because I want to show you guys how to use distributive property, okay, to break an area into 2 smaller shapes. Now, you might say, when would we ever need something like this? Well, let's pretend, for instance, you're painting a wall, okay? And you don't just want one color. You want to paint your wall 2 different colors. Maybe you want part of it to be blue and the other part to be white. And you kind of want to know what area is going to be for which. You don't just want to go up to the wall and just draw a line and be like, yeah, that's good. Okay? Because maybe also on this white part, you have to put a big poster or something. And you got to make sure it measures correctly. So let's take a look at this as an array. Now, when we're breaking it apart into 2 arrays using distributive property, we can cut it only one way. We can cut it vertical or horizontal, okay? For instance, let's say we want to split it apart by columns. We could have easily split it apart by rows. But let's look at columns, because when I do multiplication, I like to keep my 5s because multiplying by 5 is the easiest. 6s, I like to break apart into halves. Now, I could have done it row 2, so we have 2 columns, and 4. But, like I said, I like to break it in half into 3s and 3s. All right, so that means over here, that line would look more like this. Right? Now, looking at this, we know that the number of rows hasn't changed, has it? So the problem is still 5 times 6. We didn't cut apart the rows, we cut apart the columns. So when we're using distributive property, what number is staying the same? The 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 5s there. And I'm putting them first because it comes in first in the order in the problem right here in the equation. Okay, now what did I break up the rows into? Yes?
3.
3?
3 and 3.
3 and 3, thank you, yes. 5 times 1, 2, 3. 5 times 1, 2, 3. Now, the way we can check our problem to make sure we're correct, we know what 5 times 6 is. What is 5 times 6?
30.
Okay, so we can do 5 times 3 is
15.
plus 5 times 3, which is
15.
And what does that equal?
30.
Booyah. And that's how you use distributive property to break apart a shape into 2 smaller areas. We could have done it anyway, too. We could have done it this way. Would have completely changed the whole problem. We would still have 5 times 6. But now we're breaking apart the rows. So the columns would stay the same. So we'd still have 6 as the second number. What did I break up the 5s into?
2 and 3. 2 and 3.
2 and 3. And that would have been that line.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.